Today we'll just see the programming of XTi6002 amplifier. Not in a very advanced programming, at least the basic needed functioning part. So first is we have to, after connecting the cable to the amplifier and the laptop, we have to get into this button. This is called, just a moment, yes, it's called band manager 2. So it is detected, you can just see. Here you can just see it has detected the amplifier. So since it's detected, I will finish it off. And then I'll bring it here. Hope this is covering the full screen. So once this amplifier has been detected here, we are going to click that. We have to click it so that we can get inside. And this is the features. Here this is for the in, left and right, this is for the out. So signal is given only at one side here, and these two are mutes. These all will be helpful when testing and calibrating. And this is the name given to this amplifier. Since it's kept near the tiger figure, we have given as tiger. And these are the input settings. Input 1 is input 1 and input 2, and this is a bridge output, which generally we don't use. And these two synth for mostly for the bass, that also we don't usually we don't use, but we'll just see what is inside input. So input we prefer always to be in stereo, unless it is both the channels, channel 1 and channel 2 are the same functioning, better it is leave it to the stereo. And this button is only for momentary hiss noise, ping noise it gives. See, you can hear it, that's it. And this is the dB for it. So that's all, we are done with this. We'll go back. Going back is this, yes. Now we are done. Same thing is here. So we'll pass this also, and synth also. Will come to the EQ. EQ here is for the input EQ, that is a signal source. So I'll just assigned channel 1 as a satellite, that is for mid-range and tweeter. Channel 2 for a subwoofer. So we'll just click. Here you can just see this is essential, that is low shelf filter. Is this low shelf filter is for this graph, where to it start from, that is it will start this one will set the how much gain, and this is for cutoff frequency, that is for the, you can say, resonant frequency of the speaker box, so that we don't allow bass below that. And this one is for high cutoff. So high cutoff is generally for subwoofer only, when it's more makes meaningful, not for a full range. And this is not enabled because for subwoofer this makes very important, but whereas for main speakers, that is the satellites, also we can use it, but currently it is kept off. So we will assume this is off. So then now we'll come back. This is the thing to go back, previous menu. And since we passed this, now we are coming to the crossover. So crossover is essential. This is having a bit glitch here and confusing. So we'll just leave it that for a moment, and we'll just go for the independent channel is for the sub, and this is for mains, that is the satellites. This is for subwoofer. So here we are having the input cutoff frequency, that is the box tuning frequency. This is more important if the boxes are vented. For a sealed, this can go much lower, even 30 and 20 hertz. But for vented passive speaker, this has to be matched well. And the dB roll also is kept very forgiving, not a very harsh. This all has to be tuned further, but for a basic working, we'll keep it for a 6 dB. And then this is for the high roll off. High, for a full range, we want it to be as higher as possible, so we have kept it as a 20k. And whereas this gain, we'll keep it as a neutral unless it is very essential. And for channel 2, which is for a subwoofer, very important. So most of our subwoofers, they start from 35-40 hertz. So our starting high pass filter needed is 35 hertz, and we want it to roll off 150 hertz. After that, we don't want anything to hear from the subwoofer. See, this red color is this red color which is behind, and this is the blue color for the satellites. And we can see this corresponding red and blue. So this is fairly, we have covered. This is important. And then we'll go back with this menu, and now we'll hit the equalizer out. This is what we are sending it to the speaker. The earlier equalizer in is, we are controlling the input signal, that is the low level signal from the source, but this is for the speaker after amplification, what the speaker is going to see. So here we are just used this, it is not used properly. For a satellite, we have just kept it open. Reason being, this will be highly depend on the speaker's response at the site. So thereby this has been just not taken any much reading. So we'll just leave it as it is, but we'll go for the next. Delay again is very much dependent on the speaker to speaker installed in the site. So based on that only, this needs speaker which produces bass, how they are conflicting each other. Based on that, we have to set this either in feet or meters or in seconds, either one. So we'll come back, and finally we'll go, this is again very important, this is the limiter setting. So this we will talk detailedly as a separate. At the moment, it is just kept in a very average random way. So we'll just see. And advanced is how we want the fan speed. If it is in a full threshold, we can, these all very, not a very important setting that we need. It's a very common sense. So next we will just go to the bass subwoofers. You can just see it is enabled and the entire EQ is enabled here. So this entire EQs are for the bass response. This is taken approximate, this will be further fine tuned. So this is all corresponding, slowly it's incremental, and this Q factor is what makes the curve shape. And typically our subwoofers, they start from 30-35, so safely we keep it at 35 and end not beyond 160 hertz. So this is done for the input required. We'll go back, and then for the crossovers, again the glitch is there, can't understand, we'll leave it there aside, but we'll just check the, if you just see the red part which is for the subwoofer, it's earlier whatever I explained, the same thing. So I'll go back, and then final, how much we are tweaking for the subwoofers. We can just see it's fairly, it's taken as a subwoofer's response with these settings, with this Q and frequency settings. This can be further improvised. So this is basically for to get a good idea. For example, this 400 hertz, we can just bring it down, we don't need at all, we'll just assume is what yes. I will change the Q also. Yes. So further this can be made. I'll make it as 1 kilohertz. Yes, and this can be boosted. So that way we can just form the shape of this curve, and this is basically for the speaker and the room or the space which is where it is placed accordingly. And I'll go back, and finally similar is the delay and the limiter. So this ends for all the needs to be done, and finally we'll store it once again, the same name. Yes, we are now good to go. So I'll just skip it and just show you the amplifier. The same settings happen, which can be done here also, but these all settings are done by this software, Band Manager version 2. That's it. Thank you.